You there, small Victorian boy. Yes, you.
Are you tired? Are you restless? Can't stop buffing the banana, beating the meat, bopping the bologna? Then you may have spermatorrhea. Spermatorrhea is a serious condition which affects thousands of young unmarried men each year. It occurs when the growth of the sexual apparatus is accompanied by abundant secretion of the seminal fluid. The sexual instinct exerts a powerful influence over the mind, and an accidental friction of the erect organ in these moments of delirium makes the unfortunate youth acquainted with a new and voluptuous sensation.
Ignorant of the dreadful consequences with the repeated perpetration of his act, the youth perseveres in his secret pleasures. Over time, spermatorrhea can cause weakness of mind, labored respiratory, irregular heartbeat, impotency, and death. But there is hope. Now introducing the Jugum penis. Easy to use, hard to get off. This metal contraption will ensure good health till the happy day of your matrimony.
No longer do you have to rely on self-restraint. Try the Jugum penis today.
No penises were harmed in the making of this film.
Perhaps it's not something that I blurt out at a cocktail party, but between you and me, the number of anti-masturbation devices I come across in my research is astounding. Now, it may not come as a surprise to us that the Victorians were obsessed with self-abuse, or rather, preventing acts of self-abuse. We all have in our heads the kind of stereotypical Victorian, straight-laced, buttoned-up, prude. But it may surprise us that actually the idea that masturbation was dangerous to one's health has roots in the 18th century, beginning with the Swiss physician Samuel Tissot, who wrote in 1758 that masturbation was as dangerous as smallpox. Now, for those of you who don't know what smallpox looks like and never wants to know, look away now. So Tissot said that masturbation was as bad as smallpox, and one who engaged regularly in this lusty activity could expect to form pustules on their face, their chest, their arms, and their legs. Kind of like the disease that he said was the lesser of two evils. In addition, a person might experience perceptible reduction of strength, of memory, and even of reason, blurred vision, all of the nervous disorders, all types of gout and rheumatism, weakening of the organs of generation, which is a very bad one, blood in the urine, disturbance of appetite, headaches, and a great number of other disorders. Now, Tissot's theories didn't really gain traction in the 18th century, although they did garner the attention of people like Napoleon Bonaparte, who wrote to Tissot in 1787, praising him for his medical theories. I'll let you draw your own conclusions about Napoleon from that bit of information. It wasn't really until the Victorian period that these theories became part of the medical doctrine. And that's when all these really scary anti-masturbation devices come up. Bucket, what do you have for me today? Ah, yes, the Jugum penis. Now, this scary-looking device was used to prevent both nocturnal incontinence and masturbation. And the way that it would work was that if a man got aroused in the middle of the night, it would clamp down on his penis, extinguishing both his desire as well as his erection in a very sudden and painful way. There were other devices as well, like anti-tampering codpieces, prevention aprons, and my personal favorite, the testicle taser, which would literally shock the penis if it extended beyond an acceptable limit. Since this device was battery operated, Albert Todd, the inventor, suggested the belt be regularly immersed in an acid solution to recharge it. Now, these devices were predicated on the idea that semen was a very powerful life force. In fact, 1 ounce of semen was just as important as 40 ounces of blood. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely, if masturbation is that dangerous, then engaging in regular sex with one's wife would be just as dangerous as well. Well, that's right. Victorian doctors believed that men should also curb how much sex they were having. And of course, this certainly meant no prostitutes. Now, these ideas weren't just confined to Europe. Back in America, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg had some ideas of his own, and he was obsessed with masturbation. For instance, he advised that young boys be circumcised without administering any anesthetic, as the brief pain attending the operation will have a salutary effect upon the mind. Now, women weren't typically the focus of the anti-masturbation campaigners, but Kellogg had some ideas there as well. He said that he found the application of pure carbolic acid to the clitoris an excellent means of allaying abnormal excitement in girls. Kellogg believed that the masturbator literally died by his own hand, and he was hell-bent on preventing this. One of the methods he was most fond of was inserting silver sutures directly into the penis.
The foreskin is drawn forward over the glands, and the needle to which the wire is attached is passed through from one side to the other. After drawing the wire through, the ends are twisted together and cut off close. It is now impossible for an erection to occur, and the slight irritation thus produced acts as a most powerful means of overcoming the disposition to resort to the practice.
Dr. Kellogg also believed that a diet rich in fiber and low in taste was necessary for curbing those lusty thoughts. While working as the director of Michigan's Battle Creek Sanitarium in the latter half of the 19th century, he created a cornmeal and oatmeal biscuit, which he fed to his patients. This later became known as Kellogg's Cornflakes. Now, Kellogg wasn't the only one who believed that a diet was necessary for curbing masturbatory thoughts. Earlier in the century, Presbyterian minister Sylvester Graham created an unsweetened cracker. Reverend Graham, who often railed against the evils of self-abuse from his pulpit each Sunday, thought that the blandness of what eventually became known as the graham cracker would curb one's sexual appetite. So, there you have it. Through a proper diet and terrifying metal contraptions, one can overcome one's fervent desire to touch oneself, thus leading to a much longer life.
Excuse me, I can't get this off.
I got this.
Oh.
Go. Buy a box of Fitz's cornflakes and get a free Jugum penis.
No penises were harmed in the making of this film.